أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So as you know, we are learning fragments, and among fragments we are learning the first fragment, which is called mudaf ilayh. So it can be at least two ism which are next to each other, and they have to have certain characteristics we look for. And once we find those characteristics in them, then we call them, or we call that kind of a fragment a mudaf ilay. So we will be revising first of all what those characteristics are, because that is the fundamental part of teaching this fragment. At least you should retain that part. So for a mudaf to be called mudaf in an ism which is mudaf, what we look for in it, what it should have. Okay, Haider with Emma. Haider.
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. So tell me, you raised your hand.
O- Okay, so mm, for mm, mudaf,
Mm-hmm.
there's no al, and it has to be light,
Okay.
and for mudaf ilayk, it should it
It
should
should be
be
what? Mudaf ilayh should be what?
like jar status.
Jar status. Good job. Sister Maryam Ahmad, can you repeat what Haider said? The conditions for mudaf and mudaf ilayh, please.
Um, above, what I know is always
Mudaf is always what?
always is light,
Mm-hmm.
and it does not take a eye.
Okay. What about mudaf ilayh?
Always is in jar status.
In jar status. Very good. Thank you, Sister Maryam. So, mudaf. For a word to be called mudaf, it has to meet two conditions. It is always have to be light, and it does not take all al at its beginning, the extra al. And for word to be called mudaf ilayhi, it has to meet only one condition, and that is it has to be in jar status. For example, Rasulullahi, Rasulu is light. There is no noon sound at the end, and it doesn't have al at its beginning. And Allahi, the Ismul Jalala, is in jar status. So that is why we will say that Rasulu is mudaf, Allahi is mudaf ilayh. We already know this, just I'm revising now. Then we learned yesterday that if a pronoun is attached to an ism, that pronoun is always in a certain status. Hmm? Do you know anybody who knows what that status should be? Okay, Saad, what is that status?
The pronoun should be in a jar status.
So are you saying that whenever a pronoun is attached to an ism, that pronoun is always in what
Jar.
status?
Yes, because it'll be a mudaf ilayh.
It will be always in jar status, and that fragment made up of the ism and the attached pronoun, that fragment is called mudaf ilayh. So we did some of this today, kitabuhu, kitabuhum, kitabuka, kitabukum, kitabi, kitabuna, kitabuha, kitabuhunna, kitabuki, kitabukunna, kitabi, kitabuna, and even its dual. They are all mudaf ilay, and the attached pronoun, which will be what? Which will be who over here, huh? Or whom, or ka, or kum, or ya, or na. They are all in jar status. So when we see when we know that the rules are different for attached pronouns, the table we have seen before, that table does not apply for telling the status of a pronoun. There are different set of rules. So this is the second rule we learned. The first rule was when there is a detached pronoun, it is in rafa status.
उसका स्टेटस जारी होगा পেশ हो যাবার कुछ नहीं
Can you mute yourself, sister? And if a pronoun is attached to an ism, then we don't look at the haraka on that pronoun. We don't even look at that. As soon as we know that a pronoun is attached to an ism, we say that pronoun is in jar status, and the resulting fragment is called mudaf mudaf ilayh. So these are all mudaf mudaf ilayh. Then what we learned yesterday, that we learned that if a mudaf ilayh is proper, then mudaf is also proper. So this is another one reason of for an ism to be proper. We had seen this before, but we didn't know what is a mudaf at that time. So now we know. So if the mudaf ilayhi is a proper noun, then the mudaf will also become proper noun. So the status, sorry, the type of mudaf depends on the type of mudaf ilayhi. If the mudaf will be proper if mudaf ilay is proper. So that's what we learned yesterday. That's the second thing, you should remember that. And then we did something else. Then we learned that there is a set of words. There is a set of words which deviate with respect to the rules a little bit. And one of those set of words is abun. So when abun becomes mudaf, it's not abu. It takes an additional waw with it. So Abu Musa will be wrong. The Arab, it meets the rules, but still it is wrong because Abun is a special word. And Arabs say Abu Musa. That's what we learned. And another word from that family is Akhun. So it will not be Akhu Aisha, brother of Aisha. It will be Akhu Aisha. Okay. And then we learned that it is when Abu Musa is in Rafa, then it will be Abu Musa. But when it goes to Nasab status, it will be Aba. And when it goes into Jar, it will be Abi. Abu, Aba, Abi. So Waw, Alif, and Ja. And same is for Akhu, Akha, Akhi. Okay. Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. But there are only a few words who do that though. And the list is here. Only 5 of them. So just memorize them. These are special words. They take a waw or alif or ya as an extra letter. So write slightly different rules for these 5 words. Abun means father, akhun means brother, hamun means father-in-law, famun, mouth. This is again, especially meme actually disappears, becomes fu when it becomes mudaf. So something additional change, another additional change that it sees. And zoo, and then za, and then z. So just memorize. There are only 5 words, so you memorize them. So you know when they show up in Quran, then you know that why they are taking a vow with it. Okay, so this is all about yesterday. We are going to learn complex mudaf ilayh today. What is a complex mudaf ilayh? We know mudaf ilayh, but what is a complex mudaf ilayh? So I'm going to show you a fragment in English. It says the saying of the messenger of Muslims. It's a long one. If I separate the first part, the saying of the messenger, this is a simple mudaf ilayh. The saying of the messenger, like Rasulullah, messenger of Allah. Over here it is what? Saying of the messenger. So it's a regular one. But we can make actually another mudaf ilayh, the messenger of Muslims. So over here, the word saying is mudaf, but the messenger, which is mudaf ilayh, is also actually a mudaf for the next part. because the saying of the messenger is mudaf mudaf ilayhi number one, and the messenger of Muslims, the messenger of Muslims is a mudaf mudaf ilayhi number two. So it is actually two mudaf mudaf ilayhi which are merged into each other to make one long mudaf mudaf ilayhi. So what we do in these kinds of situations to make a long mudaf mudaf ilayhi, a complex one. So this is the vocabulary. Qawlun means saying, Rasulun means messenger, Muslimuna means Muslims. So we have to make the necessary changes to make Qawlun a mudaf and Rasulin a mudaf ilay. So that will be the saying of the messenger. But we know that there's a second part, the messenger of the Muslims. So Rasulun, which means messenger, is actually a mudaf also for the next part. So Rasulun is actually also a mudaf. For which word? For Muslimuna, which is a mudaf ilay. So qawlun, we have to make the necessary changes to make it mudaf. Rasulun, we have to make changes in it. It is to make it mudaf ilay and also mudaf for the next one. And we have to make necessary changes in Muslimuna to make it mudaf ilay. So that is our task. Okay? So is there a volunteer who is willing to make all these necessary changes that we need to make? Okay, Saad has done this before. So Abdullah and Shahla, whoever wants to do this.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. So first task, what changes we will have to make in Qawlun?
Qawlun will be qawlu,
Qawlu. Okay, that's good.
and then Rasulun become Rasuli.
Rasuli. If I do this, is this correct?
Ra Rasulin.
Is this correct? Rasulin. Is this correct?
No, I think so. I
Why
don't,
not?
because it is a mudaf for the last letter, or it will be a heavier.
Oh yeah. So this Rasulun, we have to make changes in it. How many changes we have to do?
We can make it like Rasuli.
Rasuli, yeah. Because it has to be light. It cannot take out, and it also have to be in jar status.
First
So
status,
it
yeah.
has to meet three conditions. The
Yes.
two conditions of mudaf and one condition of mudaf ilay. So it is
Yeah.
Rasuli. What about the last one?
And it also, it should be in a jar status, so we should say it Muslimina.
Muslimina. Good. So qawlu rasuli muslimina. It means, stay with me, sister.
Oh,
It means a saying of a messenger of Muslims.
yes.
What was the original task? The saying of the messenger of the Muslims.
The-
I want to add the word the in it,
So,
for which I have to add al. Al
al,
means the. Where I will add al?
al-Muslim, I'm
Say it,
not
say it,
sure,
sister. You are on
sorry.
the right track. Say it.
قول رسول المسلمين.
Very good. Why I cannot add al to qawlu?
Because al is should be light and doesn't take al
Because it is
or
mudaf, right?
mudaf, yeah.
Why I cannot add al to rasuli?
Because Rasuli is also a mudaf for the Muslimina, so we should not add al in Rasuli.
So the only word that can accept al is the last one, right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay. Very nice.
thanks.
But because the last one is proper noun, so this will make rasuli, which is its mudaf, the proper noun. When rasuli becomes proper noun, it is a mudaf ilayhi for qawlu. So the qawlu becomes a proper noun. Because whenever a mudaf ilayhi is proper, the mudaf also becomes proper. So al-muslimina made rasuli proper, and rasuli made qawlu proper. So the whole thing is proper now. The saying of the messenger of Muslim. Very nice. Good job. Thank you. We will do a similar exercise again. The honor of the day of judgment. So again, this is actually two mudaf mudaf ilayh merged together. The owner of the day is mudaf mudaf ilayh number 1. The day of judgment is mudaf mudaf ilayh number 2. So malikun means owner. Yawmun means day. Judgment means dinun. So we have 3 words. We have the vocabulary. Okay. So malikun is yawmun, dinun. Malikun is mudaf. Yawmun has to be changed to mudaf ilay, and yawmun is a mudaf after modifications, and dinun will become mudaf ilay. So okay, we have sister Rabia. I think she raised her hand first. So go ahead. What changes have to be made to malikun?
Maliku needs to be light. So Maliku.
Maliku.
Yom is also the mudaf to Deen. Deen. So it has to be Yomu, but it's also mudaf ilay to Malik, so it has to be Yomi to be in jur status.
Okay.
So Maliku, Yomi, and then Deen has to be in jur status. So is it Deenin?
Dinin. Very good. But what does it mean now? It means, because they're all common nouns, there is no proper noun here. Deen is common, so that's why Yawm is not common, and because Yawm is common, Maliku is common as well. But in English I use the word the owner of the day of judgment. So I have to add al to make it proper noun, because the means proper noun, right? So where I will add al, sister?
In front of Deen, because that's the
Yeah,
only.
deen, because the other two will not take al, because other two are
But
mudaf.
yeah,
So
it's the only mudaf ilay, so it becomes Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliku Yawmiddin. In Surah Fatiha, it is Maliki Yawmiddin. So it's a little different, and there is a reason for it. Inshallah, one day we will learn about that, why it is Maliki. But I just wanted to keep the pattern we are following. So Maliku Yawmiddin. What does it mean, sister?
It means owner of the day of judgment.
Yeah, the honor of the day of judgment. So Adini became proper. It made Yomi proper, which is a mudaf. It's mudaf. And
By
Yomi, which is a mudaf
proper,
ilayh.
by
Sorry.
proper, does it mean everything takes the word the?
Yeah, we can use the word the at the beginning, and it will make the whole complex mudaf ilayh proper. You can say it different ways. The owner of day of judgment, or you can say the owner of the day of judgment. That's also okay. Does that answer your question, sister?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your help. Excellent. So we will do one more. This is used in Quran, so it's important to do it. There's a little bit of complexity in it, but inshallah we will do this. So again, this is a complex mudaf mudaf ilayh, which means actually it is made up of two simple mudaf mudaf ilayh merged together to make it a longer one, which makes it complex. So the two hands of the father, that is mudaf mudaf ilayh. And the father of Lahab is also a mudaf mudaf ilayh. So two mudaf mudaf ilayh merged together. It's a complex one. We have the vocabulary. Yadani means two hands. It's in rafa status. Yadani, yadaini, yadaini. Father means, father in Arabic is abun, and Lahab is lahabun. All right. So okay. I have a few hands up already. I see Abdul Hadi and Brother Tanveer. So whoever wants to.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. This is Abdul Hadi.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what you can do. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yadani, I think it's gonna stay as it is.
No. Is it light already, you are saying?
Yeah.
It is not light. It is not light.
Mm,
Yadani. Do you hear the noon sound or no?
yeah.
Yeah. So this is not, this is like Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini, Yadani,
Oh, so it's gonna
Yadaini.
be Yadaini.
No, 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 no. Abdul Hadi, you are on the wrong track. So I will ask somebody else, Abdul Hadi, and you have to observe. This is a tough one actually. So it's okay if you could not do it. It's all right. Okay. Um, Let me ask somebody else. Brother Talha, would you be able to help me here?
Yes,
Okay,
Yada.
all right.
Yeah, so Yadani will be, we will make it light first.
Uh-huh.
So I believe we'll make it as Yadaini.
Yadaini will not make it light. The noon sound is still there.
Okay,
Yadaini. You are actually changing the status. You are making it nasab or jar. You are not changing the status. We are just making it light.
okay. So then Yada.
Yada, very
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yada,
Yada. Then Abun will be changed into Abi
abi. Why abi?
because the study
Yeah, yeah.
we had
Because abun has to make three conditions now.
yeah, it's
It has
Abu.
to become light.
Hmm.
It has to not take al,
Yeah,
and it has to be in
Jar
jar
status.
status.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the second condition, the first condition of the Mudafilai.
Yeah. So it can abi meets all these three conditions.
Yeah,
Right? Abi is in jar status, and whenever abun comes in mudaf as mudaf, it is one of these three.
yeah,
Abu, Aba, or Abi. And Abi
Abi.
is the only one which is in jar status. So
Yeah,
it will be Abi. Very good. How
yeah,
about Lahab?
yeah. So it should be Lahabin.
Lahabin.
Yeah, so Lahabin should be is in Jar status.
Jar status. Yada Abi Lahabin.
Yeah,
So what does it mean, brother?
two hands of the father of Lahab.
Two fans of the father of Lahab. Actually, Abu Lahab was the name of a person,
Mm-hmm.
right? So name of a person is already proper noun. So we don't have to make any changes to make it proper. We can also say the two hands of Abu Lahab,
Okay,
which
the
is
two hands
already
of Abu.
proper, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The
So
two hands of Abu
Yada
Lahab.
Abi Lahab. This is used in Quran, Surah Al-Masad.
Mm-hmm.
Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab. So you see,
Yes, yes.
yada abi lahab. So this
Yeah.
is a complex mudaf ilay
Mm.
used in Quran. It means the two hands of Abu Lahab perished, and he perished himself. So yada abi lahab is used in Quran. So this is a complex mudaf ilay. Thank you, brother Talha. You did very well. Did very well. Probably will not have time to go into the breakout room, so inshallah we will just practice a little more and then we call it a day, inshallah. So the next one is the scholars of sons of Israel. You know, Israel was the name of a prophet. Anybody knows which prophet?
Yes.
Which one?
Yaqub alayhi salam.
Yaqub alayhi salam. Very good. Very good. Thank you. So we have three words again. The vocabulary is here. Ulama means scholars. Banuna means sons. Israelu, it's a partly flexible word, so it cannot be Israelun because it's a name of a person. We know this. So it will be Israelu, and the nasab will be Israela, and jar will be also Israela. So I just list the number, then the words as I have done before. Same thing. Abdul Rahman Shuaib, he raised his hand.
Assalamu alaikum.
Is Abdul Rahman or Abdullah? Which one is gonna do it?
Abdullah.
Abdullah, go ahead, Abdullah.
Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
So علماء, it will be changed into it needs to be light. It's already light.
It's already light. So do you need to make any change?
No, I don't need to make any change for
Why
علماء.
it is light though?
علماء, it's light because I don't really know.
You don't remember? Brother Taimur knows. Brother.
It's partly flexible and follows the pattern extra mad out like a hamza.
Yeah, exactly. So it has an extra alif and a hamza at the end because ayn, lam, mim are the root letters, and inshallah we will know more about what are the root letters. And there's an extra alif and hamza at the end, so that is why it is already light. We don't need to make any change in it. Ulama remains ulama. Okay, make the
Okay.
necessary changes in banuna.
Banuna, we have to make it light. So banu, and but it has to be also in jar status, so bani.
What's the status of banuna right now?
Jar.
Right
Una.
now,
No, una, ina. It's in rafa status.
like muslimuna, huh? Muslimuna. So what is will be jar form of banuna?
Banuna. Banina.
Banina, huh?
Oh,
Banina. And now, but this banina is heavy, so you make it light.
so we change it to bani.
Bani. Banina will become bani. So now bani is light and also in jar status, and it doesn't have al with it anyway. So ulama u bani. Okay, next one.
So Israelu, it has to be in jar status. So Israeli. No,
Israeli,
it's
huh?
Israela
Israela. Why not Israeli?
because then
Because what?
it's the name of Arab, this non-Arab names.
It's a non-Arab name and it is partly flexible. It does not take kasra, right? So
Yes.
Israelu is rafa, Israela is nasab, and Israela is jar. So Israelu, Israela, Israela. So yeah, okay, good. Good job, Abdullah. Ulama'u Bani Israela, it means scholars of the sons of Israel. Israel is already a proper noun. It's a name of a prophet, name of a person, and name of the people. They are always proper. So that is why it made the whole complex mudaf ilayhi proper, and that is why I say use the word da at the beginning. The scholars of the sons of Israel. All right, good job, Abdullah. So this is okay. So we have how much time? It's over, but we maybe go over 5 minutes. Hopefully that's not a big deal for everybody here. So this is an ayah of Qur'an from Surah Maryam. We need to identify, is there a complex mudaf ilayhi here? That's what we need to identify in this ayah. Which one is it? Somebody else, because whether okay. Okay, I go with Abdul Hadi. He raised his hand first. Abdul Hadi, what do you think?
So this is Tanveer. Zikre Rahmati Rabbik. So there are two mudaf ilayh here.
Okay, so let's break it down. What is zikru here?
Mudaf of Rahmatik.
No. Mudaf of, sorry, no, just zikru. What's the, is it mudaf or mudaf ilayh?
Mudaf.
What is rahmati?
Mudaf ilayh.
What is rabbi?
Mudaf ilayh.
Of
Oh,
what? Mudaf ilayh of
Rahmat.
rahmat. So it means rahmati is also a mudaf for rabbi.
Rahmat is mudaf ilayh of Zikr.
And mudaf for
Rabbik.
rabbi. And what is rabbi? Mudaf ilayh for rahmati. And a
Rahmat.
mudaf for,
Abduhu.
no, ka. Because whenever
You.
you listen, you see, zikru is mudaf. We
Yes,
agree on that, right?
correct.
Rahmati is mudaf ilayhi for that.
That's right.
But
Dhikr.
rahmati is also a mudaf
Yes.
for Rabbi. And Rabbi is a mudaf for what? For ka. So it's like even a longer mudaf ilayhi. Longer than what we just did. Did you follow or not? Because Rabbika is a mudaf ilayhi because ka is a pronoun which is attached to an ism. And we know that it is always a mudaf ilayhi, and that attached pronouns is in jar status because it is mudaf ilayhi.
Yes, sir.
So you see, in this is like a real example from the Quran, which is even longer than what we have learned. Did you follow, Brother Tanveer? It was okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all right. There is another mudaf ilayhi in this ayah, which we already highlighted actually. So I need another person to tell me why it is mudaf ilayhi. Saad, go ahead.
So Abdahu is mudaf ilayh, because Abda is mudaf with no al and it is lay, and the hu is a pronoun and that is jar status.
Tell me about who again. Why who is mudaf ilayhi?
So who is the pronoun attached to an ism, and whenever that pronoun is attached to an ism, it is treated as a mudaf ilayh, which is always in jar status.
But there is a dhamma on who, Saad. Will not that make it rafa?
No.
Why?
That's because
Because when a
attached
pronoun is
pronoun.
attached to an ism, we don't even look at the haraka. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we will not look at dhamma. We will not even look at that. We will say because it is attached to an ism, therefore it is in
jar status.
jar status. So abda who is mudaf, abda is mudaf, who is mudaf ilayh. It means his slave. And zikru rahmati rabbika means the mention of the mercy of your Lord or Lord of you. There will be three offs then in this case. All right, we are approaching the end. Thank you for staying late with me in this class. I will finish with these slides. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. Status of mudaf ilayh. You know, there is a status of mudaf and there is a status of mudaf ilayh. But there is a status of the whole mudaf ilayh. So you see, in the first example here, Rasulu is in Rafa status. In the second one, Rasula is in Nasab status. And the third one is Rasuli, which is in Jar status. So Mudaf can be in any status. Rafa, Nasab or Jar. Only Mudaf ilayhi has to be in Jar status. Its status is fixed. But the status of Mudaf is not fixed. It can be any. And the whole mudaf ilayh, Rasulullahi, the whole thing also has a status. And it has the same status as mudaf. So Rasulullahi, the whole mudaf ilayh, its status is rafa. Rasulullahi, the whole mudaf ilayh, its status is nasab. Remember this. And the third one, Rasulillahi, its status is jar because mudaf is in jar status. We just look at mudaf because mudaf ilayhi is always in jar status. We cannot establish the status from that word. We have to go with mudaf. So just remember this, inshallah. This will also help you in understanding the Quran better. So that's where I will end. And thanks again for staying late. We went over the class limit a bit. So that's where I will end. And this ends our topic of mudaf ilayh. Inshallah, in the next class, we will start another fragment. Thank you for your participation and focus.